Welcome to another deep dive. This time we're going underground, deep underground.
Yeah,
Into a silo,
a
actually.
giant silo.
Giant
Oh,
silo. And this one's going to be pretty intense.
definitely. Buckle up.
Yeah. Our source material today is the listener's choice. It's the excerpts you picked from the first book in Hugh Howey's Wolf series.
Yeah, and this is a fascinating world, this silo.
It really is, like I said, it's pretty intense. We're starting right off the bat with this guy, Holston, the sheriff. And he's about to go through this, well, it's like a ritual for them. It's called cleaning.
Yeah,
And
cleaning,
it's basically like you win this lottery.
which doesn't sound so bad.
Right. A lottery, yay. But the prize is you have to clean some, like, grime off of a sensor.
Off this big sensor that lets them see the outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, the outside world.
But here's the thing.
Here's the catch.
It always leads to death.
It's a death sentence every time.
Yeah. Pretty messed up, right?
And you know what's really interesting? The book mentions how there are these couples who are like desperate to have a baby
Oh, wow.
before one of them gets chosen.
Oh, so they know it's coming.
It really shows how precious life is
Yeah.
inside the silo and that they're willing to, go out and die.
Yeah. It just seems crazy.
It's baffling.
Right. Would you even enter a lottery like that?
I don't know. I mean, it makes you think. It really makes you question everything.
Yeah. But, okay, before we get too deep into that, let's, like, set the scene. I mean, this silo, it's not just some, like, little underground bunker. It's huge, right?
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, picture like a giant underground city. It's described as hundreds of levels deep.
Oh, wow.
Hundreds.
Okay, that is huge.
Completely self-sustaining.
Wow. So they've got everything they need down there.
Everything. Imagine like, those skyscrapers, right? But flip it upside down. And that's the silo.
Oh, that is a crazy visual.
And the most, like, I guess, desirable areas
Oh.
are at the top closest to that sensor.
Oh, interesting.
And they can kind of see like a blurry view
Okay.
of what we believe is this like toxic,
Okay.
uninhabitable world.
Oh, wow. So they don't even know really what's out there.
Right. They just
Yeah.
think it's this wasteland.
So all the way at the bottom, though, they have this place called the Down Deep, which honestly, even just the name's a little creepy.
It's a little ominous.
Yeah. What's it even like down there?
Well, each level in the silo kind of has its own purpose. Living quarters, they got farms, factories, they got everything they need
Okay.
to survive. There's even a jail, which I always thought was interesting.
Really? Like, what kind of crimes? I'm so curious about that.
I know, right? But the deeper you go, like, the more isolated
Okay.
things become. And it just gets, well, kind of gritty down there. And you get this feeling that, the silo keeps people separated.
Oh,
And
interesting.
it really impacts relationships, how information spreads,
Wow. So it's like the deeper you go, the further away you are from everything.
and everyone.
Wow. I can't even imagine.
Like, imagine not seeing your family for years
Oh,
because
gosh.
they live so many levels down, it would take days to get there.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a whole different world.
So they've got this whole crazy system, and they have all these different departments to keep it running, right?
Right. They got it. Mechanical, supply, even a garment district.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know, like a real, like, city almost.
Yeah, it's wild. So these departments, they're all important for making sure everyone stays alive.
Pretty much. But you definitely get the sense that, like, some departments
Okay.
like it tea. They have a lot of power.
So I have a question.
Okay.
If the outside world is fine, why are they trying so hard to keep everyone inside?
That's a good question.
It just doesn't make sense. What if the sensor's showing them like a fake view?
That is a good theory. And the book definitely plays with that idea. Remember the cleaning?
Oh, yeah.
Well, each cleaner, they have to wear this special suit
Okay.
with a visor
Okay.
to protect them from the air outside.
Okay. Yeah.
But what if that visor...
Or what if it's showing them lies?
Yeah, like what if it's all fake?
That would be messed up.
Right. And then you think about Holston.
Holston, yeah.
What he sees during his cleaning.
Right before he dies.
Yeah, it completely changes how he sees things.
It's like it breaks his reality. Okay, so we have these people living in this silo. We have this crazy lottery, this cleaning ritual. And then there's this mayor, Mayor Johns. She seems pretty badass.
She's tough, that's for sure.
Yeah, what's her deal?
Well, she has to choose a new sheriff.
Okay.
And this whole process takes her on a journey through the silo. It's fascinating,
Okay, yeah.
You get to see the silo through her eyes. She sees all the levels. She talks to the residents. She even meets this doctor, Dr. Nichols.
Oh, yeah.
He has a son who lived down deep.
Oh, wow.
You really get to understand how complicated her job is.
Oh, yeah, bad.
All these anxieties and things.
She's trying to keep everyone safe.
Right. And she meets this other doctor, Peter Nichols,
Okay.
and they're just kind of chatting. And he mentions his daughter, Juliet.
Juliet? Okay.
She's a mechanic,
Okay.
works down deep,
Okay.
and that's when, like, a light bulb goes off for Johns.
Oh.
She thinks maybe Juliet could be the new sheriff.
Wow. But she's from the down deep.
Yeah, I know. She would be a complete outsider.
That's a bold move.
Right.
So Johns goes down to the mechanical level to meet Juliet.
Remember that scene?
Oh, yeah. It was crazy. All those cramped spaces, the noise, it was intense.
It was a whole different world compared to the upper levels.
Right. Like a different planet. And Juliet, she doesn't even want the job at first.
Yeah. It makes you wonder why.
Right. Is she scared? I mean, it's a big responsibility.
There's definitely some hesitation there.
But John sees something in her, right? Something special.
Yeah, she sees her intelligence, her independence,
Right.
her willingness to, like, challenge things.
She's a rule breaker.
Exactly. And eventually, Juliet says yes, which surprises everyone.
Oh, wow. But she's walking into, like, a whole mess, right?
Yeah, she inherits this whole mystery.
Right. The old Sheriff of Marnes, his death is super suspicious.
Very suspicious. And then she finds all this hidden data.
Oh, yeah, on Holston's computer.
Exactly. It's encrypted, but it hints at this bigger conspiracy.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. So it's all connected.
It's like peeling back the layers of this onion.
And it just keeps getting more and more mysterious.
Every answer leads to more questions.
This is intense.
I know, right?
Listener, we are just scratching the surface here.
This silo is full of secrets.
Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll dive even deeper into Juliet's investigation, and things are going to get wild. Buckle up. Okay, so last time we left off with Juliet, she's this new sheriff, and she's got this whole mystery on her hands.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in.
It really is, and she's just left the down deep, like this whole world she knew, and she's up top now.
A whole new world up there.
Yeah, it's like she's entered a whole different universe. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is. And on top of all that, she's got this encrypted data from the Holston's computer.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
So what happens with that? What does she do with it?
Well, she starts trying to figure it out, but she's also got this other thing hanging over her head.
Oh, right, morons.
Yeah, her predecessor, his death is still a mystery. And the more she looks into it, the more she realizes something's not right.
What do you mean?
Like, the official story just doesn't add up. Something's off.
It's like there are all these secrets everyone's keeping from her.
Exactly. And the deeper she digs, the more she runs into trouble, especially with it.
They seem pretty powerful.
Yeah, they control everything, the information, the records, basically the silo's history.
And they don't want Juliet snooping around.
Nope, they do not like it one bit.
So it's like a power struggle.
Oh, absolutely. It's Juliet versus the whole IT department.
I mean, talk about a David and Goliath situation. She's got guts, though, going up against them.
Yeah, she's not afraid of a challenge, and it all comes to a head when she decides to break into it.
Oh, yeah, that was a crazy scene.
Talk about a bold move. She's basically declaring war on them.
Yeah, she is. And then what happens? She gets caught, right?
Yeah, they catch her red-handed and lock her up.
Oh, no. So that's it for her, then?
Not quite while she's in prison, she gets this message.
A message. From who?
It's not clear, but it mentions something called the Pact.
The Pact. What's that?
It's like this rumor, this legend, almost an agreement between the silos.
Wait, so there's more than one silo?
That's what it seems like.
Whoa, this just got even bigger.
I know, right? It changes everything, and it just raises so many questions like, who built these silos? And why are they all connected? And what is this pact all about?
Yeah, it's like the world just expanded 1,000 times over, but it also feels even more claustrophobic now.
Exactly. It's this weird mix of vastness and confinement, and for Julia, it confirms what she's been suspecting all along. There's something much bigger going on here, something they're not being told.
It's like they're all living in this lie.
It really is. So Juliet's uncovered this conspiracy, she's been imprisoned, and now she knows about other silos, what happens next.
Well, doesn't her number come up for the cleaning?
Oh yeah, you're right. Her number gets drawn in the lottery.
Oh man, that's bad news.
It seems like it, right? But Juliet, she always has a trick up her sleeve.
What do you mean?
During her cleaning, she discovers that the whole thing's rigged.
What? Rigged how?
The details are a little fuzzy, but it's clear that they're manipulating the cleaning process.
Like they're controlling what the cleaners see.
Exactly. They're showing them this fake image of the outside world to reinforce the idea that it's uninhabitable.
Oh wow, so it's not just about cleaning the sensor, it's about controlling people's minds.
Exactly. It's all about keeping them trapped in this lie.
But Juliet, she doesn't buy it.
Nope. She sees right through it, and somehow she manages to escape.
How does she even do that?
Her escape is pretty intense. She has to go through this flooded section of the silo. It's a close call.
Oh man, that's scary. And isn't that where she meets Solo?
You got it. Solo, the survivor from Silo 17.
What's his story?
He's been living alone for decades, like 30 years, all by himself.
Wow, he must have seen some things.
Oh yeah, he's a wealth of knowledge. He knows things that the silo has forgotten.
Okay, so he's like a walking history book.
Yeah, pretty much. And he challenges everything Juliet thought she knew about the world.
So he's like a mentor to her.
You could say that he shows her evidence that the outside world might not be so bad after all.
Okay, but how can he be so sure?
Well, he shows her something that completely blows her mind.
What is it?
A real photograph of the outside world.
Whoa, a real photograph. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, she's totally stunned. She compares it to the fake images from the cleaning, and it hits her. Everything she's ever known has been a lie.
It's like her whole world just shattered.
Yeah, it's a huge turning point for her.
So Juliet's escaped, she's met Solo, and now she knows the truth about the outside world, but what's happening back in Silo 18 while she's gone?
Things aren't looking so good. Bernard, the head of IT, he's basically taking control.
Oh no, that's not good.
Yeah, he's not a fan of Juliet. He knows she's been asking too many questions.
And he wants to keep everything under wraps.
Exactly. He even tries to make her look bad, like she's crazy or something.
Oh wow, so he's trying to discredit her?
Yep, classic power move. But what about the other departments? What are they doing?
Yeah, are they just going to let Bernard run the show?
Well, the mechanical level, they're not happy. They're starting to get fed up with its control.
So they're rebelling.
It's brewing, yeah. They see Juliet as someone who could help them.
Okay, this is getting intense.
Yeah, it's like the whole silo's on edge, and Walker, he's stuck in the middle of all of it.
Oh yeah, poor Walker. I bet he's freaking out.
He is. He's seen what he can do, and now he's watching the mechanical level prepare for a fight.
It's like a powder keg ready to explode.
But Walker, he's also a bit of a genius. Remember that radio he built?
The one that could pick up signals from the outside?
Yeah, that one, it starts picking up something big.
What is it? What does he hear?
News about what's happening in Silo 18, the fighting, the casualties. It's bad.
Oh man, that must be devastating news.
It is. Juliet realizes that things are spiraling out of control, and she feels responsible.
It's like her actions have had these unintended consequences.
Exactly. And it makes her even more determined to do something to help.
But what can she do? She's miles away with just a handful of people.
Well, she comes up with a plan, a very risky plan.
I bet. What is it?
She's going to try and reach Silo 17 using a digger.
A digger, like one of those giant machines they used to build a silo?
That's the one. It's a long shot, but she's desperate.
Wow, that takes guts.
But as she's getting ready to leave, she gets a message from someone unexpected, Lucas.
Lucas, Bernard's right-hand man.
Yeah, the very same. And what he tells her is shocking.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat. What does he say?
He tells her about Order 46.
Order 46, what in the world is that?
It's a secret protocol, something they do if a cleaner survives.
Wait, so it's not just about eliminating cleaners who've seen the truth?
Nope, it's about erasing any evidence that the outside world might be habitable.
Oh wow, they're really serious about keeping this secret.
Deadly serious, but Lucas also tells Juliet something else, something that could change everything.
What is it?
He tells her about a hidden world beneath the servers, a world that could hold the key to understanding the silo's true purpose.
This is getting good.
Right. It's like every answer just leads to more questions.
I know. Listener, we are just scratching the surface here. Stay tuned for part 3, where we'll dive even deeper into the mysteries of Wool and uncover the truth behind Order 46. So, Juliet, she's learned about this whole Order 46 thing.
Yeah, pretty messed up, right?
Super messed up. It's like they're willing to do anything to keep the truth hidden.
That's what it seems like. Control is everything to them.
And she's got this message about some secret world under the servers.
Yeah, a hidden world. What could be down there?
I know, right? It's got to be something important if they're trying so hard to keep it a secret.
It's like she's got these two choices, right?
Oh yeah, she could try and go to Silo 17 like she planned.
Right, but that's a long shot, and it's super dangerous.
And then she could go after this hidden world thing.
Yeah, try and find out what's really going on in the silo.
With decision.
I know, right? But knowing Juliet...
She's not going to back down from a challenge.
Exactly.
She's going to go straight for those servers.
I think you're right. So what does she find down there?
It's not just a bunch of computers, right?
Nope, it's way more than that.
Is it like a secret lair or something?
It's like a hidden library, a whole archive of information that's been kept secret.
What kind of information?
Journals, documents, even video recordings from before the silos were built.
Whoa, hold on.
I know, right? Crazy stuff.
They have records of the world before the silos.
Yeah, it's mind-blowing. It completely contradicts everything they've been told about the outside world.
This changes everything.
It really does, and it proves that Solo was right.
The outside world isn't this toxic wasteland after all.
Nope, it's all been a lie. The cleaning, the fake images, everything.
It's all a big fat lie. But why? Why would they do that?
That's the question, isn't it? What's the real purpose of the silos?
Yeah, and who's behind it all?
Well, as Juliet digs deeper into these archives, she starts to get a clear picture.
What does she find out?
It wasn't about protecting people, it was about controlling them.
So the silos, they're not a sanctuary, they're a prison.
Exactly. And Juliet, she's starting to understand who the jailers are.
Who are they?
It's not just one person. It's like this whole system, this group of people who have been in power for a long time.
And they're willing to do anything to keep their power.
That's right. And now Juliet, she's become a threat to them.
Because she knows the truth.
Exactly. And that's why they tried to silence her first with imprisonment, then with the cleaning, and finally with Order 46.
But she keeps surviving. She's like this unstoppable force.
I know, it's amazing. And her journey becomes this beacon of hope for others in the silo.
Like those kids, she meets the ones who survived the purge in the Down Deep.
Yeah, they've seen some awful things, those kids.
It breaks you hard, but Juliet, she takes care of them.
Yeah, she's like a mother figure to them. She's fighting for their future.
And she helps Solo, too. He's been alone for so long.
I know, right? It's amazing how she can connect with people, even someone like Solo.
They make a good team. They need each other.
Yeah, they balance each other out, Juliet with her passion and Solo with his knowledge.
They're trying to make things better to fix the silo.
And they want to create a same place for everyone who's running from the other silos.
So they're like building a resistance.
Yeah, they're fighting back against this corrupt system, but how do they plan to stop it?
It seems impossible, right? They're just a small group of people.
Well, remember that Radio Walker built the one that can receive signals from the outside.
Oh yeah, that's got to be important.
It becomes their lifeline, their way to spread the truth and counter the silo's propaganda.
So they can let people know what's really going on.
Exactly. But it's a dangerous game. It is always trying to block the signal.
They want to keep everyone in the dark.
At all costs.
And there's that part where Walker transmits that message about the uprising in Silo 18.
Oh yeah, that was intense.
All that violence, the casualties. It's a wake-up call for Juliet.
It makes her realize that she needs to get back to Silo 18 fast.
But how is she even going to do that?
Well, she comes up with a crazy plan.
Knowing Juliet, it's probably pretty wild. What is it?
She's going to use the digger, the one she was going to use to get to Silo 17.
The digger. But to go back into Silo 18.
Yep, that's the plan. She's going to tunnel her way back in.
That's so risky. But I guess it's her only option.
And before she goes, she has this conversation with Lucas and Peter.
Oh yeah, Peter, Juliet's dad.
Yeah, he's really come around. He's part of the resistance now.
It's great that he's supporting Juliet.
Yeah, it means a lot to her. And she tells them about this idea she has.
What's the idea?
She wants to give everyone access to the archives. Let them see the truth for themselves.
Whoa, that's a big move.
It is. It's risky, but it could change everything.
If people know the truth, they can make their own choices.
Exactly. It's about empowering people, giving them the knowledge they need to break free.
That's what this whole book is about, right? It's about the power of truth and the fight for freedom.
You got it. Wool is a story about hope, even in the darkest of times.
It makes you think about what you would do in that situation.
It really does. Would you fight for the truth, or would you just accept the lie?
Tough questions, man.
They are, but they're important questions, ones we should all be asking ourselves.
This has been an amazing deep dive.
It really has. Wool is such a captivating story.
I'm still thinking about all the twists and turns, the characters, the whole world they created.
It's a story that stays with you.
So listener, if you haven't read Wool yet, we highly recommend it.
It's definitely worth the read.
And if you're looking for more deep dives like this,
We've got plenty more to come.
so make sure you subscribe and join us next time as we explore another fascinating world of ideas.
Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.